think this is his best chance in a while to really, come back and really make a difference.
All right, well, let's take a look here as we're going to be going through the ban protect. You see Slasher is going to be taking out the Vesper first and foremost. Next up is going to be the concussion coming off the board here.
Yeah, and you see the M8 gone as well. So the M8 ban going to come in. I believe that's probably on the side of Envy, if I had to imagine, Maven. The guys on Envy trying to really get Formal off of his game. We talked about how do you approach this Optic Gaming squad. You look, trying to take out Formal there early, and overclock ban at the hands of Aches as well.
Yeah, and that's one of those things. So here we go, finally. All right, I'm clapping. This is me clapping, if you can hear it coming through. I've been asking, when is it going to happen? When is overclock going to come out of the game? It's been such a difference maker. Finally, we see overclock being banned by Aches. Now, as far as Jacob taking out the M8, I don't know how much it hurts the team. With respect to Formal, I've seen him dominate with XR2.
He's done well with other guns.
ICR, Man of War. I mean, really, he's solid with everything. You can say that for a lot of these players, but I don't know that the M8 really hurts anyone. Not that much,
So
really.
I didn't catch that last ban. What was it? We saw the HC go.
I was looking at the side of your face, admiring it.
No, well, if it wasn't high caliber, there's a chance high caliber's in this one. So.
The last one I saw was HC, and then I looked up right as the last one flew in. Yeah. Usually those last two take a little bit of time, coming in very, very quickly. Now, let's take a look at the
Kinetic and Heatwave from Karma and Scump, those are the two you're always going to see those guys with. JCap with a War Machine, and Aches with a Purifier. So, Envy, a team that we've been, I don't want to say making fun of, but Envy, they'll ban the same things. Cap ban stuns. They ban flashes,
sure.
High caliber, Vesper, normal stuff. They come out and they throw in a completely different ban and protect than what we're usually seeing Envy do.
Sure. I mean, overclock alone, I've been begging for
M8?
it almost. Like, I want to see a ban. M8, I guess we've seen teams try to do that to Optic before. I don't think it's really been all that effective, especially when you talk about, I mean, the first map is going to be, it's what, Evac. Evac, yes, we've seen some AR players have monster games. I think it was Octane last week who really went off on this particular map. But in Hardpoint, I mean, usually, more often than not,
what is
it's going to be your
Formal's
sub players.
go-back, fallback rifle going to be? An XR2?
I would say XR2 if there was rapid fire. I believe most of the times we see the XR2 used is with rapid fire. And I would think Man of War, ICR is an option.
Well, you got to think Cap is going to stick to a burst weapon.
Because you don't want to have, I think the XR2...
Do we see a Shiva go?
No, I believe the Shiva might still be in, so the Shiva might actually be the go-to gun. I don't think you want to find yourself an XR2 in your hand on a sub-dominant map where you're going to have players really flying at you. There's that rate of fire can be really, really brutal. I don't know that I'd see that one.
Is the Shiva that good on this map because of the close quarter engagements?
I wish I had one more second with that ban protect.
Right.
Usually we have like a lot of time to discuss the final couple because it takes a bit. They just flew right through. God, I don't know if Shiva or High Caliber is the trouble. I gotta think High Caliber was the last one to go.
I gotta figure at least one of those two were the last ones to go. So you can take a look here at the map. Evac. It's gonna be a close quarters engagements on most of the hills. Right there, that's gonna be your first hard point. You're gonna have to jump into that middle. We like to see a lot of players jump on those barrels. Second hard point is gonna be good for players that have that Purifier. Look out for Aches and Crim6 on their respective teams to have it. And the third and fourth hard point's going to have to rotate to those early. Those are ones you can take tons of time on. Then it goes right back to the center.
Yeah, and that third one is a big one for the AR player. We saw how well, I think it was Octane where he started to go off on that third hard point. But for the most part, I mean, outside of that, you really have to rely on your sub-players because there's so much aggressive play in and around the hard point, so many opportunities where you're going to have to break into a solid setup because you'll see teams rotate very early for a lot of these hard points. Because there's a lot of these, again, like you mentioned, you can lock down for extended periods of time. Now you see, I mean, I'm just trying to see if anything stands out. I mean, Scump, Formal, they are always going to be playing Kinetic and Scythe when it's available. Karma loves his Heatwave. Krem we've seen do some great things with the Purifier here. I love that, of course, we talk a lot about Krem and Aches, and both of them will be running the Purifier for their team. I'd like to see a fire-on-fire battle, potentially.
Fire's pretty good. Fire's always fun. Let's see, I'll take a look. Formal going to be running the ICR, I believe, so... Yep, it's going to be an ICR.
And that doesn't surprise me. In those kind of hybrid maps where they're more sub-dominant, you think you'd want something with an automatic shot to it. Unless the M8's available,
you're going to have,
not surprised to see
so
this.
you're going to have JCap running at least at the start of Pharaoh, and Aches running the AR with an XR2. And he's had some unbelievable games with the assault rifle. You figure there was one, he was going to come out and have a huge showing. It was going to be here against Optic Gaming, and he picks up 2 more at the start here, starting off 4-0 here. But Optic controlling the hill pretty much the entirety of this first one. 30 seconds left on it. Aches just trying to stay alive. You know he's playing for those streaks, man.
Yeah, he's got a couple of hit markers there. Finally going to be able to clean it up. He's 175 already off of his lightning. Imagine if he keeps this rolling and gets a Wraith to kick things off. You know, we've seen some of those. We've seen Tommy do something like that. You know, so getting a Wraith, getting a Raps really early.
That last ban was high caliber.
It was. Okay. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. That's kind of what you would assume. All right, let's take a look here to whoever texted you that. We appreciate it. All the help we can take. As Aches just keeps on going right now. He's still alive. He can't die. He's so close, and he gets pushed. That kill, who was it? Formal going in with the L car. That's a massive one because he was 75 off the streaks.
Streaks good for that third hill. You're going to have JCap trying to turn and burn with the Pharaoh. Not able to do so. You got to wonder if he's going to switch things over to the VMP. And Karma up top, picking up 2 big kills there. Maven also getting his heat wave. Talked about how good Karma has been here in Black Ops 3. It's definitely been much better than we've seen in Advanced Warfare. Definitely seems to be coming into his own.
All right, let's watch Aches. I know he's just been doing such a solid job early on, especially working towards the streaks. I want to see if he can get on yet another roll. He's going to be taken out here. Let's go with Karma. He's on 2 streak, rocking the VMP with long barrel. He's got his heat wave. I'm going to go back to him through the spawn because he's 9-6. If you're a sub player and you want to know how to play hardpoint on this map, there isn't much of a better person to watch than Karma. Let's look at him, talk about what he's doing right.
I think Karma just one of the more fundamentally sound players in all Call of Duty. I mean, the guy can do it all. I think he gets not a lot of credit anymore. I feel like at this point he almost gets like more hate than anything, right?
He ran right around a player here to his right, and he hits the heat wave. Fantastic reaction. Yeah, I think
he's trying to play for spawns in the back.
I think his struggles in the last game. And a little, I mean, I thought he was very good at Ghost, but from time to time he was a little all over the place. I think he's taken some flack.
I think if you look at some of the players we have in Call of Duty, and they'll put up big numbers and whatnot. Sure. You talk about a guy who gets those high impact kills over and over and over again. Sure. I don't know if there's a player who picks up more of those than Karma.
And you got to think about what he's been dealing with. He's a young kid. He's what? Has he even turned 21 yet? And I know he's still in low 20s. He has, you know, recently got married. He had a daughter. He's moved 2 or 3 times over the last, year and a half. He's had a lot going on in his life. And that's when things start to get a little bit harder when you're a professional player, right? When you have, when adult life sort of hits you in the face, right? When you have all these adult decisions you have to make. And he's done all of this throughout the past year and still been a dominant player. It's just impressive, man.
Yeah, and you're going to see Formal switching things over to the Shiva. So on the little bit of a long-range sights here, able to just try and shoot across, going to put down some of those high-impact shots. And you see how dominant the Shiva can be. You put in a guy like Formal's hands, it is dangerous. And it's odd, Envy, they get rid of the...
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's the Shiva. You're going to get rid of a gun like the M8, right, but you don't get rid of the gun like a Shiva. And it's not like, you know, Cap wasn't like a foul player back in Black Ops 2. Neither was Aches or any of these other guys. So you have a gun that kind of fits Formal's playstyle a little bit. You leave that one in. It's great to get rid of the M8. Probably would have liked to see the Shiva go as well.
JCap going on board with him, 8-13 right now. It's really been Aches kind of leading the way for them in that slaying department. But the problem is he's been down just short of streaks and also shooting out the back of TP's knees there. Sorry, Duo. I needed to get that kill, and he just can't lead that player. Yeah, that's Prim soaring through the air.
Envy gets a decent amount of time there at the end. And they make this a pretty close game. And look, they're going to have some specialist abilities as well. You see Formal popping out the scythe. He's able to get one. Crim the hill, going to pick up another. So early hill control here at the first hill. Second rotation going to go in favor of Optic Gaming. There's one player causing a big issue, though.
Oh, sorry about your kinetic armor. The scythe too strong.
It was Slasher lasting forever in there, though. You're going to see a heat wave come in on the side of Envy, I believe. It's JCap picking up 2. Formal trying to fight for his life, and Envy with a break here could potentially, you know, bring this up to a lead for them. And you see,
and that is why the War Machine rarely gets used.
Yeah,
basically,
Black just blocks it.
If you didn't have the movement system in this game, if you couldn't go vertical so easily, I think it'd be much more useful.
I don't think it's that.
Well, what do you mean? That player was like a pogo stick, just hopping over them.
Great. But Envy, they ban overclock at the beginning, that opens up a spot for you to use Flak Jacket and Afterburner.
Sure. I mean,
and then you use the War Machine. That doesn't make too much sense.
Yeah, but how many people do we have running? Let's see, we have one. You have 2 people running per one. So 2 of them.
He conveniently hit the guy that was running
that
Flak.
stinks. Yeah,
that
you get the guy using Flak. But I think it's
throw everything we set out. That's just unfortunate.
It's part of the fact that you can go vertical too. I mean, it's just you shoot those at the ground. You have to kind of land those at the body. He hopped over 2 of those rounds.
Yeah, and you'd probably like to have that War Machine for this hill right here. I mean, at this point, trying to break in, it's been pretty difficult for Envy. You see Formal on your screen, trying to come down. He's
going to get pressure here. He's got several flying in. Doesn't matter. Deals with both. Just the Mana War. So he's now the Mana War,
Shiva,
the ICR, Shiva. I mean, what else is he going to use?
We've seen him run every assault rifle almost at this moment in time.
Yeah, let's see if he can use every gun. You might as well.
I feel like people keep banning the M8 against Formal, and he's just getting so mad. You know how Formal is. Like, feel like, oh, we can. If he's nothing without the M8, now he comes in, putting up a great game here. He's going to use a Hellstorm. He's going to be able to get one. Going to use the Lightning as well. So, going to call it in. You see his 3 teammates on rotation. He's going to try and kill that one player all the way in the back of the map. He's going to take out Crib. They have to kill that one player from Envy. Still lurking back there, though. That's a huge kill on that player. It's going to be Slasher. He's going to drop. And it's going to be Scump getting full streaks of his own. So you're going to see Scump has kinetic full streaks with a Cerberus when he elects to use it probably soon. And there's going to be a Hellstorm coming in. And this is a tough one. This hill's so open. Envy just going to get streaked out of it.
And that's what's a little bit scary. The difference right now for me, part of it, you have, Aches has kind of been the player working towards streaks, right? He's gotten very close twice. On the opposite side, you've had Formal get full streaks. You've had Scump get full streaks as well. Look at the streaks.
Kills.
3 for Karma, 4 for Formal, 2 streak for Scump. Every player is even or positive. I mean, Envy's just getting blown off the map right now. I mean,
when you just look at the slaying department, it's just Optic Gaming really taking control of this game, Aven. There's nothing more to talk about with that. And looks like the Cerberus is going to be coming down. Scump going to use a Lightning, it looks like, as well. So they're going to take their time pushing into this next hill. It's going to be Envy with early control, but you see Scump able to win a gunfight right there up against Aches. Crim coming from the backside. You see the pinch coming in. See where Envy starts to spawn once their players start dropping, and there's actually a huge defensive stand for Envy, as it's going to be 4 dead for Optic Gaming, so the streaks come in.
They all
Envy
pick up a
dodges
kill
them. They all
one.
pick up a kill, but now 2 kills going in the feed for Optic Gaming. JCap in a world of trouble, going to get pinned from both sides. It looks like TP's going to die in the hill as well. Aches with the Purifier. This is the time where he's really got to make a count.
Well, let's see if he opts to use it here. It's coming out. He gets hit there by the heat wave, but still able to toast a few players. Now the Cerberus, get out here! Run away! It's invulnerable to fire. It just gets cooked, but unfortunately, as Aches backs down, he's going to run into Formal. Their Scump still going off with the combination of his great gunplay and also that Cerberus. And it's Envy trying to break here, but they only need 5 more points. They should be able to close it out. Let's go to Scump, who I swear I've seen like a 3 or 4 streak pretty much every other life from this guy.
Yeah, he doesn't go on those big runs, but definitely puts together a lot of those small ones. Going to be Optic Gaming taking that one 250 to 136, so 100+ point victory for them in that first hard. Well, obviously a standout sniper for the side of Optic Gaming.
Yeah, I mean, Overkill and SVG are always going to be 2 that we're really going to look towards. I'd be curious to see again. Overclock not as big of a deal in S&D, obviously, but do they make a play towards Heatwave? Does anyone try? You saw how effective it can be, especially by B. Do we maybe see a play for Heatwave? We haven't really seen that banned or protected much at all, and that's been. I saw a tweet. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Esports Station. I can't remember. Somebody asked, what do you think is the most dominant? Oh, okay. Well, I mentioned Overclock maybe not being that important in S&D, but they're still going to go ahead and ban it. What has been the best ability thus far? I say Heatwave. I respect Heatwave.
Yeah, Heatwave's very good. I think Kinetic might make it.
Certainly up there. Yeah, very good.
Here in the ban and protect phase, I wouldn't be shocked if Envy tries to get rid of the Kinetic. Scump, big fan of that one.
Yeah, and I'm liking the Overclock play. You can see Envy, trying to make.
Well, they got burned by it against phase.
Yeah. Oh God, they absolutely did. And TP specifically, because he was the one not running it. Remember on that Overdrive class that I think they got beat 10-0. So Overkill going. Not surprised to see that. Honestly, everything that Envy has banned so far, you pretty much could have guessed. Overclock I just didn't think was as important maybe in S&D just because it's not going to pop as nearly as much as Respawn, but you'll still see them taking that out. That allows you to get it maybe another time or 2 depending on how well you're doing.
So Nade's going to be banned by Crim. Let's see. Slasher going to go get high caliber out of the game there at the end, and going to go into the specialist draft now. Maven, I fully expect active camo, kinetics to come out on the board, and Heatwave.
Yeah, Heatwave, no shocker there. Should see 4 abilities in this one, because we had no abilities banned at all, right? So we've got everything on the board. So Heatwave, kinetic, maybe, I don't really, Psychosis isn't too bad on this map, actually, but probably more along the lines of active camo. Yeah, you actually Formal is going to rock the Psychosis. It can be pretty effective on this map, especially in maybe a push towards B.
Yep, you're going to see kinetic come out. I fully expect a Psychosis maybe from Envy. Maybe, I think you'll probably see one guy go active, one guy Psychosis. So you see Cap with the Psychosis. Do you think you see a Vision? Well, I think camo is much better than Vision.
No,
I definitely think you see camo here.
Camo both sides, probably.
Yeah, so you see Crim come in with camo. Don't know. Okay, so Slasher, he was scaring me a little bit. I was like, is he going to try something else, like something like Glitch? But camo, the easy, I think, option,
sure.
At least in my opinion. There.
No, that's definitely, I think, the no-brainer in that situation. So let's kind of combine the two. Talk Specialist, talk Ban Protect. Who do you think maybe had more of an impact in that particular department for this series?
I mean, Envy gets rid of Overclock, which allows you to build up those abilities faster. So I think that's a good one. We see how many people run that now with how many abilities we see in Search and Destroy. Start to see it more. And I think that opens up the way for them to use Flak. Now Crim gets rid of nades, so there's really not too much reason to run Flak. I think you definitely see, Afterburner, Fast Hands, Dead Silence.
Yeah, you'll have perk 3 for pretty much.
I think everyone will be running perk 3. And then in terms of specialists, I like all the decisions. I mean, it's the same loadouts for both teams. I think the wise decisions, Heatwave, obviously on this map, very good. Kinetic as well. I'm surprised we didn't see something go out in the pre-match phase. One of the abilities, whether it was kinetic.
Sure. I mean, usually, even a lot of times in S&D, you'll see 2 go.
Right, yeah.
But
Search and Destroy,
I think
see 2.
they wanted to turn this into I guess as standard of like a gunplay type game as
gun
they
and
could.
Gun as they
so
could.
You got rid of, you saw nades going, tacticals going,
high caliber, rapid fire,
yeah,
overkill.
So they want this to be as close to kind of Black Ops 2
they want it to be
as possible.
AR, SMG, no tacticals, no nades.
They want this to be as Black Ops 2 reminiscent as possible, it seems, between these two sides, which doesn't surprise me when you look at the names in the game. Some of the greatest players in all of Call of Duty history. If you are just tuning in, Game 1 was Optic Gaming all the way. Can Envy battle back here throughout the course of Game 2 and 3, try and push this series the distance? I really think Envy has the capability to do so. They just can't get frustrated. This is a team out that we've seen the smallest things in scrims can set off a 2-hour argument between some of these guys. When you lose to Optic, you're already kind of early rivals in this game. I'm worried, does that trigger kind of those arguments? They start just getting worse and worse and worse as the series goes on for a team that you've seen headbutt each other from time to time.
No, I don't think so. I think this is an Envy team extremely motivated to beat Optic Gaming. Right, that's kind of, I feel like that's like Aches and teams. Like I feel like more Aches is like main goal, right? To beat Optic Gaming, win more championships throughout the year, really take that #1 spot back and stay on board with the offensive side here. It's going to be Envy kicking things off. Be surprised if we see them go over towards A. It looks like we're going to see a B push out of Envy here at the start.
Just watching Aches, you'll see how important Bunker is. You saw Rise kind of ignore this mid-map push, but that's Aches able to get one nice shot.
Nice.
Gets 2, and that's going to open things up for his team. They're in a 3v2 right now. Now, who is that pushing all the way through? Is that Scump? So they're trying to get aggressive here. He's going through water, trying to get towards backgammon. The timing here could be perfect, and Scump just snaps on that player so quickly. But Crim not able to stay alive. He's going to be in a 1v2. Looks like TP has opted to wrap all the way towards A. We know Aches had a solid start there. He's shooting the M8 very well. And he's just going to, it's really going to depend on the kind of the angle, the distance of engagement here that Scump gets, because he's going to be going up against an M8.
I think his best chance is to not go wall run here and actually go through the building. So he's going to actually take the route that probably results in the best chance. So it's going to have the one guy on bomb. Teep able to win it. Big offensive round there for Envy at the start.
And that was Aches kicking things off. You know, he got that two-piece going into top middle, just looking at bunker, able to cut down a couple players. And you'll see TP, such a popular spot here, able to close things out. I like Scump, though. Switching to the MA, tries to get that headshot. Definitely a little bit easier of an engagement than with the VMP. Try to give himself a chance, but going to come up a little bit short. Now, Envy, can they continue the hot start? Let's kick things off with Formal here on offense for round number 2.
See what they elect to do. It's going to be Karma actually going over towards the A side of things. Going to watch, see if they can catch anybody flanking. And Optic seems like they're going to play a little bit slower here on offense. Not a lot of action going over towards the B side. You see how far away they're going to be playing from it. Going to attack this one a little bit slower. You're going to see Crim use that wall run, get all the way around. He's actually hit with an EMP, so they know players are actually over on that B site. Going to get the bomb down, then just cover his teammate.
And now Karma is actually in a great position. I'm going to keep him highlighted because he might be able to flank through here really, really well. I don't even know if they're going to need him, but I'm going to keep him highlighted. It's on Krem, going big, getting 2. Let's switch over to Karma as he's going to be coming in for the flank. They do have bomb down. It's going to be Slasher here by himself, and you knew it was coming. You saw it building on the minimap. Karma pushes through A, wraps the entire way around, and that's just really not a gunfight you're ready for. You're not ready for him to push all the way through and come up behind. You don't. It's hard to predict timing like that, and Karma able to close it out. Good stuff there from Optic Gaming. And that was really, really Crim just kind of opening things up for them.
Yeah, it was a nice play by Crim. Hey, we see that a lot. You know, you hit that boost, you get on that wall run, you get over the door so they can't actually see you get over by B. It's a very nice angle to take. And see, Egg's probably going to go back to that bunker. Picked up some kills last time, and he did a good job at least not getting spotted by the players attacking mid. Slash is going to push up very aggressive over towards the tree stump. And you got JCat picking up that first blood on a Crim. Teep over at that B bomb site, so playing a little bit differently this time. Envy, you know, they don't have that guy jump around the wall run and get towards the B site right away. It's going to be JCap going in to help him here at the end. Teep's now going to sit behind B site. Very nice setup. Yeah, very nice setup by Envy.
Oh yeah, Optic's in trouble in a 2v4 right now, and part of that is just Crim getting caught early. Nice shots though. Scump with the headshot. Able to get one early. Can Formal tag one as well? He is able to get that shot. So all of a sudden it's a 2v2. They have 25 seconds. Can the duo here of Scump and Formal come back? Going up against JCap and Teep. They've got to make a push, though. They don't have a lot of time to work with. And there's one player in the back that's going to probably be trouble, but they're able to get through. Somebody might need to stick this. Will Formal hop on it? JCap gets one. There's just not enough time to work with, and it's going to run down, though. Valiant effort there in a 2v4, but just not enough time for Formal and Scump to close it out.
And JCap picks up the huge kill on Scump. He loses that one as a round win for Optic. So
without question, yeah.
I mean, huge kill right there by Cap, giving Envy the round. And
do you think if Formal stuck that right as he got to it, he might have had a chance? Because Cap went prone there kind of mid-map. He tried to play safe. I think he was pretty tagged up from Scump. I'm curious.
Well, Cap was probably surprised that the player didn't come out and
so
challenge.
He gets this kill, and he just goes prone, basically.
And he's not tagged up at all.
He goes prone behind this rock. If he stuck that, I'm wondering if he would have been able to get it.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Round 4, Optic, back to offense. S&D has been, I'd say they're more inconsistent of game types, not always putting on the show that they do when it comes to the respawns. Games like Hardpoint, they're going to be pushing across bridge. I think Formal got eyes on one for just a second. He sees that player playing behind tree, a little bait and switch, challenges from window, and they just keep on poking him. Formal's got to be careful. He's going to be taken out trying to go up against 2 players there.
And he's going to back out. Not like to challenge that. You're going to have Crim back on bomb yet again. And both teams have been able to get control at B side easy. And Aches from the window loves playing towards the middle of the map, as we've seen the first few rounds. You know, one side from bunker, one side from window. Picks up the player exiting. So now it's going to be Envy with the man advantage. How do they elect to play this?
Well, and I think that's Crim. Crim just thought he had cover over middle. He had Formal and Karma kind of playing, watching middle, watching that top window. But the second he goes to checkboard, he's going to get cleaned up. Karma is trying to get shots. He's not able to pick him up. It's going to be all of a sudden a 1v1 Slasher going up against Scump. And was that the player that Karma tagged up on the bomb site?
And just an unbelievable job by Optic, able to pull that one.
Oh my, Optic ties it up 2-2. I thought they were in trouble as soon as Crim dropped from window. And then I think it was Karma not able to pick up that player coming through water right by bomb. But doesn't matter. Scump able to close things out there with the VMP.
Switching operation ready point.
This one, Maven, I think it's around 11. Written all over it, unless we see one team just kind of collapse. Both of these teams have been able to just get control of the B site right away, make things happen. You're going to have Just tossing it over on that B bomb site. Now they're a little bit scared. Optic's going to get aggressive and start pushing them out, which
it sort of looked like it.
Which I thought you would have
were,
expected.
yeah.
Which honestly, if I'm Envy, I probably would have expected at this point, right? It hasn't worked. Them playing slow. You figure Optic with the gun skill would have got aggressive, try and push out towards B with Scump, but see the HC going to come in. Karma able to get one weak. That was Slasher, and now you see Scump going to challenge TP on bomb. Fantastic play by the guys in OG. Scump really starting to roll, Maven. You look at it, 7-3 on a 4-streak. Krim comes around the flank, able to get one. It's going to be all up to Cap here. He makes it interesting, Cap. Picking up two. Has his Psychosis as well, but...
You know, do you opt to save this? You're going to 1v2. You got a ton of time, though. I'd like to see him try to make a play.
They have to know he's got to be on the B-bomb side. Krim able to come around on the flank, take him out. Yeah, Cap makes it interesting there. You know, if that bomb isn't down directly on the B site, maybe he's able to, you know, a huge part of the map opens up. He's able to go over towards A, but Krim and Scump able to lock him down at that B site, make it happen.
Well, that was really just, I think, great communication between Scump and Karma as they held down B. You know, you saw the HC car, Karma picks one up as he crosses, then you see Scump opt to push on through. Incredible job by those two players here. I'm going to go to Scump because, like you said, he's been playing hot. He's 7-3 right now, has a couple plants to go with it as well, and he has his kinetic armor. Can you hop through the players real quick, maybe take a look, see who's got what?
Cap with Psychosis. You got Aches with about 3/4 way to kinetic. And you're going to have TP with Heat Wave right there. Yeah.
Heat Storm. I just made up a new one.
Yeah,
Heat Storm would be an awesome ability.
I don't even know what Heat Storm would
I'd be lightning, shooting. You'd be like Storm and X-Men.
Yeah, you have Formal with the Psychosis as well. And Formal's actually got the SVG out. So it's going to be actually flanked from behind by Cap. So in a round where Scump uses his kinetic, Envy has a chance to win this one.
Watch Karma pushing across bridge. He is going to get cut down.
There's more work to do.
They are able to tie it up here. And I think during that game, Formal texted me, I used every AR. Thank you. Thank you, Matt, for letting me know we all saw.
I see Cap finish things off here. Cap's had a very good S&D. Might not have the most kills, but... Let's see what's going on here. You're going to have Cap with 7. You got Aches with 6, still looking at Slasher and Teep, trying to have them pick things up, but see, Aches is getting closer to Kinetic. I expect when he has Kinetic, they're going to change his roll up, and they're going to actually have him push with an SMG. They're not going to have him play that far away back in bunker. I feel like that's when you want him to be actually up by the B-bomb site, or maybe we see an A push out of either of these teams. Maybe we haven't seen anyone give any attention over towards that A site.
Not at all. You see Scump just kind of shoulder peeking this window, really. You know, he doesn't have an M8 in hand. He's not going to be able to challenge anyone across at bunker, but he will be able to deal with the potential push. Now look at the minimap. There's a player right down below him. Who is that? It's Slasher. He's getting ready to fly in window as soon as they potentially make a break or catch this guy to his left.
I think they're just trying to bait this guy out in mid. I think that's the play. You have Ake still up in window, but it's going to actually challenge the guy up.
He was waiting for it.
That's not a smart play, man.
No, I thought he was going to try and make a play.
With a pistol to just jump in there and...
Oh, God, Karma.
Yeah, Optic able to get there very easily. Shoot a guy off the bomb site. That's some nice shots right there by Karma, but... I think if you're going to have Slasher play in front of window and jump up and challenge, he's got to have an SMG. I think that play was some more get that guy in the middle of the map. I don't think it was to really challenge the one.
Yeah, but that's kind of why I like Scump there with this up, because usually you'll see a player, like we've seen Aches play in that window with the M8, you'll see a player kind of trying to challenge maybe bunker, challenge a mid push, usually has a rifle. I think he maybe expected an AR up there when he flew in with the pistol.
Optic, the way they've been playing is they've kind of had two players playing.
It's just been Scump and
two
Karma
players
really
playing lab.
Yeah.
You have Scump up top. He lays down with the SMG. You don't have anybody up top in window watching bunker because they just have that player mid map.
Yeah.
Just put down shots on bunker. So it looks like you have an Optic gaming A push. But I think as soon as Envy sees nothing cross bridge, I got to imagine they just flank through the spawn.
Well, I'm trying to keep an eye. Who's going to be watching the flag? It looks like it's going to be Karma. So Krim actually used his camo to get across. He's going to be upset when he realizes no one was there whatsoever as he had a free ride over to A. But here comes the push. And no one's going to be flying. It looks like they're all going to try and push through this front side.
So Teep has an HC. Let's see if he likes to use it to try and get this guy off a bomb. He's going to cross. Doesn't see anything on the head glitch, but there's one player playing very slow. Cap getting that first blood, taking out Formal. That's huge. Now Envy elects to just push this. You're going to see T fly in, able to take out the one on bomb.
They've got
this is a fantastic push by Envy. You have Karma. He's actually be able to pick up 2 here, Maven. Not able to get the guy on bomb, though, and it's going to be Cap Closing the round out.
And that was really, I mean, it was Cap. Once you get that first kill, it all kind of opens up, right? They're able to push through. I think it was TP that just flew in on the player playing behind the bomb site. They hit that perfectly.
They put down some shots on the guy in that back tree, so they lose cover on the guy on bomb.
Yep.
And the guy on bomb is just waiting for a call out to see if anybody pushes through door or anyone's coming around the corner.
But as soon as that player from tree backed down, he
had no line sight on
Yep.
it, and Scump just gets kind of caught there. Teep able to come in, win a very easy gunfight on the bomb planner, and it's going to be Envy going on offense. See, is Aches close to kinetic? So Aches has kinetic.
All right, let's go with him then off the break. See how he opts to use this. Is like you said, round 11 written all over this one. Now, who's pushing up pretty close? That's Slasher. He's like to play kind of behind these barrels. See if he can.
See, I would have liked it. Aches is going to play in that bunker again with kinetic. I would have liked to see him push this pretty aggressive with an SMG. I feel like kinetic.
TP's out. He's like, I hit the car. I'm leaving.
If you have kinetic, Maven, I feel like you have to play this. I don't want to say aggressive, but there's no reason not to force those gun engagements. And you see one arrow on the minimap. Thought about contemplating challenging Teep with that gunfight, but Slasher just gets destroyed mid-map by Krim. It's going to be Aches returning the favor, though, winning the gunfight against Krim. He's pretty tagged up. He's going to hide now. Maybe they elect to go over towards A here.
Well, they backed him. TP had to back up because, I mean, he had flak, so I don't know why he was so scared of the HC, but the HC made him back up so far. But now they're going to start to push back. Start heading back towards the B site, and this should be Scump and Karma locking it down. They've been holding this.
Karma's got heat wave yet again, so
I'm going to go to Karma then. Let's see if he opts to slide out and use this, which we've seen him do it before. Here comes the slide. Here comes the heat wave.
He didn't get it.
He didn't pop it. He definitely meant to pop it. He didn't get it off. And that's going to end up being potentially a round here for Envy. It's a 1v2. Formal might be able to clutch, but the shot's just off. Teep gets the headshot. What happened there? He hit the wrong buttons? Like, you saw.
It looked like he just didn't get it off in time.
He had plenty of time, though, to hit it, right? Maybe he just didn't see the player. Like, he delayed it. I mean, I would have hit that as soon as I slid out. Like, the second I got out from under that, like, arch.
once you slide out, you were committing to use it. You're not sliding out trying to win a gunfight.
It felt like he had a good second or two to hit it there.
I think what he was trying to do is maybe he thought that player to his left wasn't going to get hit by the heat wave.
Just get a little bit further.
Maybe try to get a little bit further, and that ended up resulting in him getting taken out. So, let's see how Envy decides to play this. Cap has an HC as well for Envy, so the one HC that's out, I believe, is going to be TP. So TP's going to have it out. He's actually going to hit one player all the way in the back of the spawn. Cap still has his. He's probably going to save
Here comes pressure, though. This is nice job by Aches. Confident push there. He's on a 3-streak right now.
He actually popped his kinetic to get that one as well.
Can he get another one, though? Challenges Scump. Scump going to be able to clean him up. All of a sudden, he's by himself yet again. Nowhere near kinetic. Nowhere near streaks.
I like the way Envy played this one, though. You said it. I was talking about how you needed Aches to play aggressive with that kinetic. He takes out a VMP. He pushes that guy straight on B, wins that gunfight. And it just throws everything for a loop for Optic because nobody was playing aggressive through the B site the entire game. Both teams stacking players up in lab to defend at that time. Aches pushes out, catches a player off guard.
Yeah, he just pushed Formal really at that corner rock where you're sitting there thinking you're going to have an easy
all
kill.
Goes over towards A. Scump.
Does he might have a perfect timing here to go to B. I mean, he's got to try and make a play.
Well, he's waited too long.
It's the final round. Now they're all rotating back. Does he wrap to the other side now? Does he line up both of them? Oh, there's a second player! He didn't realize if he would have kept shooting kind of collateral those two players, all of a sudden it's a 1v1. He had about 10 seconds. He might have been able to get to A and plant. Maybe.
I mean,
he didn't see both. Pressure on him. We've talked about that many times. He's playing with, all world champs on his team. Some of the most seasoned players in the game.
I was correct. Overdrive does go.
Overdrive? Well, no, I'm not shocked to see it, but I think Overclock goes as well. Because what was the first one? Yeah, there goes Overclock. So both off the table. So
one from the side of Optic, one from the side of Envy.
Yeah. Other than that, as far as specialist goes, we talked about tacticals. They're not going to make it into really any games, I don't think, with these two teams.
Do you see the Shiva go? If the Shiva goes, there's a chance something like Rapid or High Caliber stays in.
Because you're at 5 now. Well, Rapid and High Caliber could be 2 of the final 3. And then what else?
You figure the Shiva, you'd want Camo gone. I mean, Kinetic gone.
Kinetic. I think it'll be Rapid, Kinetic, and High Caliber. Yeah.
Is Camo more popular?
I think people are more scared of Kinetic armor than they are.
Really? I think when you're trying to when you're trying to pick that player out of the air that has camo, I think it's
We've
very
seen how difficult it can be. Yeah.
Nope, there's camo in the Shiva.
And Shiva, so we still
so
have
high caliber.
Interesting.
High caliber makes it very interesting.
Very rarely do we see high caliber make it in. So I'm surprised you see the Shiva gone before high caliber.
So now do you change up your loadout on your M8 and try and fit high caliber in there?
Without question.
I think without question you do.
Just because I think, all right, do these guys want to play with high caliber? No, that's why it's banned 99.9% of the time. But can you go into a game with one team using and the other team not? I think at the pro level, if one team's using high caliber and others not, you're going to get spanked. Yep. I think you must use it.
So we got 2 Annihilators and 2 Sights, so you figure that kind of standard for these teams. JCap, one of the best at the Annihilator. I figure these last 2 are... No, so we don't have a camo from... Oh, that camo gets banned.
Yeah.
But
camo got banned, so you get
I was like, that is weird.
That's a good
but I was the one
conversation,
who actually said, I was like, oh, camo should be banned.
That's a
and
good conversation,
like,
though, between kinetic and camo. I think it might depend on the game type, but they're both, I mean, hot topics when it comes to being banned.
Hardpoint, give me kinetic. Uplink, give me camo. I think when you pop your camo and you have the drone, you're so hard to target, flying through the air.
Yeah.
It gets you so much
And we've
further,
seen even that combination of kinetic armor plus the extra armor from the drone, still people get cut down. I mean, we've seen it before. Specifically, you hit a headshot or two, and all of a sudden it's eliminated. So, yeah, I guess I can agree with that. Camo maybe a little better.
I'm more interested to see how high caliber plays in this game.
Well, I'm going to check
what we see with high caliber.
I'm checking every AR class for sure, just see if it's on there. I know if they're 4 or more, it's going to say customize, and I'm going to be able to see it.
You're going to have, stock. Quick draw,
long barrel on this map.
Long barrel, high caliber. It's 4. You're gonna need 1 and 2 to get there. So you're gonna probably be running just fast hands and blast suppressor.
Well, you're not gonna have any. So 4. Do you need to have a? You probably still want to have a secondary anytime you're running an AR. So you're probably still gonna have an RK5 or an LCAR or whatever.
Yeah, and that's it.
That'd be about it. Yeah.
Which at that point, you pretty much have gotten rid of tacticals at that point when you leave high caliber, and because nobody is going to use a stun when you can have high caliber.
That's the kind of thinking I think that will become more prevalent when this is
because you can only have, you would only have 1 point. It's either an RK5 or an LCAR, an MR6, or a tactical.
Yeah, it's really not even thinking about the impact that it has on the rest of the Van Protect phase, but just the impact it has on the rest of the game as far as classes. Yes. So that'll be definitely something we'll discuss more and more as we get more, I guess, data throughout the course of this game as we watch this Van Protect kind of evolve for these players and teams alike. But Fringe, Uplink is the game. The series tied 1-1. On one hand, the boys in blue, Team EnvyUS. The other, Green Wall, Optic Gaming. Who will take the series? I know I've been excited to cast this one from day one.
This is one we circled on the.
Oh yeah! As soon as that Envy team formed, really, I was like, I wonder how they'll be. Then we saw them play. I was like, oh god, they're very good. When do they play Optic Gaming?
Right. When do they play the best? And how do they play when they play against the best?
And that's the thing. You'll hear about Aches not trying in a scrim, not trying in practice.
Hear about that a lot.
He'll be trying in this series. That I can assure you.
Doubt. Yeah, if there is one match he wants to win the entire stage 1, it is this one.
All right.
Then if there is a second match he wants to win without all, it's the next time these 2 teams meet up.
Yep, they're circled on his calendar as well, I think. But all right, let's kick things off. Side number 1 of Uplink. We're kicking it off with Patrick Price, and I think that was Krem soaring across the middle, able to clean that up. It's early aggression coming from the side of Optic Gaming down tracks, but you're going to see Cap able to close it down. Looks like he's opting to push forward, and you'll see it's going to be LCAR in hand. We've seen, I feel like it's been more of a switch to the RK5 recently, but that's 4 down. This has got to be points. Oh no!
And they're spawning, spawning back out.
He doesn't have Afterburner. I wonder how he's going to end up missing this drop. Did he get any points? He doesn't. So that comes down to...
that's another thing as well with high caliber.
Afterburner.
So there's going to be no Afterburner as well. On
Krem's classes, Krem could get in the barn. You got to think, let me take a look. Yeah, he definitely doesn't have Afterburner.
He's running high caliber.
If he had... No, I don't have any way to check if it's customized. No, so he will be customized. You got to assume he's got high caliber here.
There's not an AR player, I imagine, that's not going to run high caliber throughout this. And trying to play that drone in the middle of the map, trying to get killed, open it up for himself. Nobody else available.
But that's a good point, because I mean,
now
not having Afterburner, that's a score, at least 1 point. That cost him a solid 2 to 3 seconds just to try and get in the barn there.
Yeah.
Now you should have points on the board. Karma coming in. No. He doesn't get it out of his hand, so that's 2 failed opportunities from Optic. He did have Afterburner. That was more just not taking the shot. I'm not sure if he was waiting to see if he could go for 2. or what the call was there. But that's 2 missed opportunities.
So a very interesting start here, and you're going to see the drone being moved over towards Bricks. Aches has 1 in front of him. He's going to miss the melee, connect with it the second time. Now, going to try and bring it back towards mid-street. Gonna need some help over by Z. It looks like TP's actually going to pick up the kill behind him. If he gets around this wall,
get over, he doesn't. He gets shut down. Is someone there to grab it? They are. It's going to be TP. TP gets closed down as well. Is anyone allowed to score in this damn game?
Nobody wants to score. JCap picks up 2 mid-map, not able to pick up another one, but a crazy start here. And then this uplink, Maven, and we see both teams really. It's interesting because I feel like they're so used to playing with some classes that you're used to the movement, you're used to when you can get your boost back. Changed a little bit now.
I don't know if we're seeing defensive holds or offensive fails right now, but regardless, the point's not coming through. They've got a player mid-map to pick this up and go. It's going to be Krem. Yeah, get it out of your hands. You don't have Afterburner. Tries to get going now. We're going to watch Formal. He does have Afterburner in his hands. He's going to go wisely for the 1-point toss. And he misses it high.
An interception by JCap.
Was it a pick or was it high?
I think it was a pick. I think JCap took it right out of the air. So
all right, Cap.
This is
showing the youth there with the hops.
This is as wild of a uplink start as you will ever see for a game that's 0-0. Usually you see a wild uplink start. It's like
a circus.
It's like 8-1 or something
is
crazy.
This nerves? Is it nerves? You know, these guys are excited to play each other. a little bit of hot potato. Here we go. Krim gonna back down. Player gonna have challenging from the back as he will fall. And this is just an insane start to the game.
Well, a lot of shots, not a lot of hit markers there at a Formal, but drone gonna be played back towards mid-map. 2 minutes to play, not a score from either team, and you see just the ARs with high caliber. It's definitely changing things a little bit.
I forgot we had CTF game 3.
Yeah, right.
By the score.
Karma's going to lay down. It's going to be 2 players from Envy pushing over towards Trax. You can see Scump with that kinetic, pick up 1 mid-map, not able to turn, take out TP as well. So Envy making a strong push here. Going to be Formal. Trying to defend the base for OG. He's going to sneak behind 1, able to pick him up, and he's got the drone carrier in his sights. What does Aches decide to do with it? Maybe go up top into Grandma. You're going to see he's going to come right in front of him. Aches putting in a 2-point play. Fantastic route there with the drone.
Yeah, I wanted to see that from Formal's POV as he was going to have to go big. Had a couple players to deal with on defense, but you see Aches just kind of bullies his way with the drone there, slams it home. A little bit of Shaq in that one, just bodying him.
Half the people probably don't even remember Shaq that are watching, but
Shaq Aches of similar physical builds.
Yes, exactly, Maven. You're going to see Aches set up in that mid-map, has that sight. Be looking to see how he uses it in the second half, and Krim comes over, picks up a huge kill with the Annihilator now. You're going to see the players, he actually thinks they're going to spawn back alley, but they're actually spawning on the drone spawn, so he's able to get 1 with the Annihilator. Scump going to be EMP, not able to use that boost. Fantastic plays on defense by Envy. They're going to actually clear out their base as well, so only going to give up 1 point there. Could have been a lot worse for EnvyUS, but those EMPs coming up big there at the end.
Yeah, one of the more ridiculous halves for sure, but look at Slasher in behind. They get the toss forward. He's got Heat Wave, but he gets dropped. That's what Karma coming up big on the defensive end of things, able to shut things down, make sure points don't get through. Cap in a position to maybe make a play, but Optic, they're going to play this smart. They've got it out. Oh, can he get a 1-pointer off? Here we go, Karma. He's going to go for the trick shot. Can he get it out of his hands? The answer is no.
Nope, he's going to get
We saw a lot of that. I mean, how many kills did we see at that, like, half-second mark before you try to take a shot? I feel like it was 4 or 5 times, really. We saw players getting killed right before they go for that opportunity.
And just crazy for a game that is 2-1. A pretty crazy first half of uplink. So,
well, low scoring and just back and forth. You know, it was like a story of defensive stands and offensive fails.
Half number 2, I believe, Envy, they have. Is this a, hold on, go back. Stay on Cap. He has a thermal.
Okay, thermal plus customized. Let's take a look here. What's the plan? All right.
They're going to try and smoke this out.
Interesting.
Okay.
I'm like, it is a good POV to see this from. I like it. Is this a play they drew up here? It might very well be. They try to get the 1-pointer over. It does not go through, though. It's in the back of the base. That looked more like a kind of a scripted play, right?
I mean,
get the smokes out.
They get 3 dead as well, and you see Karma has to push all the way into the back of the base.
Karma, you better toss this out, buddy. Throw it away. Get it out of the map.
Smart play by Karma. I mean, he just crouches down behind that rock, but he's a lot of work to do. Yeah, there's a lot of players from Envy converting into the base, and Krim has to pick up these kills mid-map. see Scump trying to chase that drone carrier. This should be points if you are Envy. And he's actually going to get cut down by Formal rotating back through the back alley. And Formal's actually able to pick up Slasher as well.
There on
goes massive, able to pick up both those kills.
Yeah, I thought Cap was home free, but he rotates back. And that's what you talk about it. Do you rotate back or do you give up the points and overextend? That's actually one of those scenarios where two players overextended. I think with Scump and Crim, we saw overextend. One player went back. Thankfully for you, that player was Formal and he was able to shut it down. But look where they're spawning now. They're all spawning back alley. Look at them trying to turn, figure out how they want to play this. Some decided to overextend, some going home.
You gotta go as a team. You can't just split up.
Ultimately, it's a dunk.
Yeah, Slasher's gonna be able to put that one in for 2. I wonder on Envy side, you see you have Aches with a Scythe. I was wondering if he was going to set up with that Scythe back alley. That's what I would have liked to see him do, try and rattle it off. But Cap has that Annihilator pistol as well. Have not seen him use it. Maybe they try and pinch Optic in the back alley. That's how you're going to get a lot of points in this one, Maven. You get them spawning back alley. You get a Scythe or Annihilator set up. Yeah, I mean, that's when you would have wanted to use it.
They had him there. They said TP in the base with the VMP. You can't really lock that down too well with an M8, and he had no one able to get the drone forward. Now they've got pressure coming in again. The train that is Envy does not want to stop. The toss over Born is sunk. I believe that was Slasher putting it through. Nice toss coming in from Slasher. So we've seen good aggression from Envy. We've seen kind of a scripted play with smokes off the start, which I love to see that. Remember back in AW, you kind of had those scripted starts that teams would do. We haven't seen a lot of that yet in Black Ops 3. Nice to see that starting to come to play.
They get a 1-point throw out of it. Or, I mean, they don't convert points,
they got
but
the toss, yeah.
They get map control from the standpoint of, at that point, Optic has very much have been playing from their base the entire game. I mean, the Envy has had full map control the entire second half here, and although it doesn't result in points that first opening break, it does enough to put the pressure all on Optic in their base. But look at this, Crim's got one player to beat here. He's going to toss the drone at him. The drone going to get tossed back. Aches and Crim, best friends there, tossing the drone between each other. Now Karma coming through the back alley. He has one teammate in support there, and he's going to get taken out.
The heat wave connected with both, I think, too.
But yeah, TP just able to shoot him through it.
That I thought might be a dunk, and that's just one of those plays. You know, you get a little lucky shooting through the heat wave. We've seen it happen with big plays before. Good job closing out the kill. Now it looks like they want to play tracks. Knight, that was a very, very smart toss out, because if they didn't, they were in for a world of
another second, and that's a 2-point play. But look at this. Slasher, the only one alive for Envy. He's going to get cut down mid-map. There's one player for Optic Gaming set up all the way in the back. That's going to be Crim. Looks like they're just going to try and walk this drone in for 2. You're going to see Scump put it in. Crim firing some shots down on Envy players in the back, putting down that covering fire, and Envy's got to be careful here, Maven. They have to go back for that drone control.
Cap went big mid-map.
Yeah, and Slasher goes big as well.
He killed Karma. He's just going to toss it into the corner. Good job from Cap. He realizes they're going to be spawning, you know, kind of bridge side here.
He's trying to EMP check. He's trying to EMP check for players coming through that back alley. If he probably would have connected with a hit marker there, you probably would have saw the Annihilator come out.
Sure. But ultimately, he's not able to make the play. It's TP kind of getting in behind. We've seen him in this position a couple times. Slasher picks up 2. This may very well be points. So they decide to toss it forward. They're just going to keep it in the hands of Slasher. One player rotating back. It's Formal. Can he make the play? He goes for the player. That's not the drone carrier, and that's going to unfortunately lead to a dunk there for the side of Envy. They're up 4, 7-3. 54 seconds left on the clock. It's looking like this is Envy's game to take.
And now you're seeing the Scythe come out of Ache. So he was set up in that mid-street with the Scythe, just picks up 2 players, no, not able to get another one. You switched so fast there. I actually thought we were still on board with him, but Formal's able to pick him up. Karma gets 1 kill though, Maven. 35 seconds left. This would be a historic comeback if you're Optic Gaming. You see,
30 seconds? Yeah, this would be wild.
Yeah, well, you see the lightning come in from Scump. Looks like they should be able to at least put a 2-point play on the board here. Yeah, they have an opportunity.
Someone has to get back.
And he's got kinetic as well, so they have an opportunity to actually make this happen. You see the drone get into the hands of Optic. Slasher picks up, not able to toss it for yards though. It's actually going to be
got this. I think
in the
they
hands
have a chance.
He's got to pass the ball.
Turn around. You got to run. 6 seconds left. They should be able to get the dunk. And there it is. Tie game. Optic Gaming. 3 seconds left. We've got OT.
35 seconds left on the clock. And you give it up.
And I loved what, I think it was Slasher pushed through mid, a teammate puts off the heat wave, so they get the drone. They have 2 players going to be trying to defend the drone. I'm not sure who it was from Optic that went huge to pick up those players mid-map, but then I was worried Optic, it was like 3 players converging, they're all about to headbutt each other. They get the toss forward, Scump gets the dunk. What a game we've got.
Oh. And Scump with his streaks, actually, that was pretty big as well. He was able to get 1 or 2 with the Hellstorm and Lightning strike. So a huge comeback there from Optic Gaming at the end. You're going to see the HC come out of Karma here at the opening break, and you see the Annihilator coming out of Crim. They may be trying to go for a fast one here. You see 2 dead. Crim's going to pick up the drone. Can throw it for yards towards the right-hand side of the map.
It doesn't get through.
It doesn't make it through.
That would have been a nice toss had it gone right to Karma. I tried to switch there for the toss, but just doesn't kind of work out as they had that one scripted. Going to be a couple down right now for Optic Gaming. I want to go to Scump off spawn because Scump has been an absolute man on a mission. He's 32-20. You mentioned how big his streaks were. He has a couple dunks to go with it as well. Let's see what he can do mid-map, and the answer is he's going to run into J-Cap's and
And now it's 3 dead on the side of Optic, and you're going to see J-Cap have a pretty easy road for dunk. It looks like
can he get the he can't jump. It gets shut down. Who's there to make it as TP drops? Slasher was in the action too. He's able to get one. The drone's still down. What a heat wave coming in from Karma. Can they make the plays? The drone's still down. It's right in front of Slasher. They get it for a second, but he's by himself. He's getting pinched from both sides. This is nuts.
He is putting down tons of shots. How is Slasher still alive?
I have no idea. He gets another. The drone is reset though. So all this time, all he's done is at least keep them pinned.
Well, Slasher has gone on an unbelievable seven streak in their base. Somehow still alive, but the drone in the hands of Optic Gaming, Maven, and now they're going to actually throw it off.
Finally, he ran out of ammo with his M8, by the way. He ran out of ammo is why he died. But look at the pop there from TP. Good effort there with the kinetic. Let's see what J-Cap can do mid-map as they are just swinging on all cylinders right now.
Well, Slasher gets a lightning out of that, so at least they have a streak going forward.
Holy hell.
They have one player who's actually in the Optic Gaming base. That's going to be Eggs. Going to try and play him, potentially get him the drone. It's actually going to be Slasher running it. Egg set up on that fat statue. And gets stopped again!
The defense from Optic Gaming. That's the second time we've seen Formal go huge with a 2-piece on the defensive end of things as the green wall stays alive here in overtime.
Formal and Karma have gone big time and time again on defense. You're going to see the drone being passed by Karma over towards Scump. You're going to see Formal actually with the sights set up in the back. They're going to wait and see if he can pick up kills. He's going to get 2.
He gets another. This is a dunk.
This should be a dunk for Optic Gaming. And they put a 2-minute and 28 time on the board.
Now, apologize the score there. It is Optic. They were able to score. It's a little bit of a known bug that is being fixed. But Formal, he gets the 2-piece on the defensive end. Goes up big.
Screw that.
Busts up the side.
The heat wave pretty much.
From Karma, it's completely saved the game there. Wow.
That's like getting rejected at the rim for a dunk right there. I mean, Karma just...
What, the Dikembe Mutombo. No. Here we go. Second side of overtime.
Somebody needs like Photoshop Karma's face on Dikembe Mutombo with the finger wave, and just that's excellent.
That would be incredible. Here we go.
Here we go. 2 more.
Here's their scripted play they worked on before, and that's Crim flying over the Annihilator. Yeah. Woo!
But it is Envy in control of that drone, so see what they like to do with it. You're gonna have Eggs over by Bricks with it. They may be trying to force some kind of scripted play where they get a pass all the way down this back alley, and it's gonna see 2 more fall for Optic Gaming. Eggs able to make it behind the truck. He's going to try and bait out a kill here. He's going to just dodge back towards the middle. He's got 1 player in front of him. That's going to be Karma yet again on the defensive side of things, and Karma tosses it for yards. And did Slasher use his lightning strike well there?
I think he did, unless somebody else had one.
No, Slasher uses his lightning as well there, so you got to figure that was Envy's best chance, and Karma yet again on the defensive end comes up big there.
Wow, this game has been an absolute treat. Scump flying with the HC car. That's 2 down right now for Envy. Can they get points on the board and potentially close this one out? Who's got it in their hand? They were tossing it forward for yards. Who's that go to? It's going to toss right to Karma. Karma's got an opportunity here. He's got a player chasing him. Still too weak to try and score. Envy still alive. They've got 70 seconds to work with. Drone in hand is going to be TP.
Oh, they're going to wrap
to get through 10. Can he wrap through? Tries to reset the armor.
They win the gunfight in the back alley, and there's 1 player actually on the chase who picks it up. And Scump gets a big 2-piece there. Maven, you talk about biggest kills there are in this game. That 2-piece is huge. They actually killed that player back alley. Had potential to push that all the way through.
I thought he was going to pop his kinetic there. He's just going to save it and get the headshot snipe. Scump, you're an absolute monster there. But both get cut down in 10. That Slasher going big again. He needs help.
They're going to go back alley. Let's see where Optic spawns here. They're going to spawn right in that back alley. Would be shocked if Envy tries to go for some kind of pass all the way towards the end. You see TP back, cutting back towards mid-map. I think they're going to try and
He
wait.
needs help. He's by himself. There's nothing really he can do. He's going to get swarmed. It's Aches up by himself. Time is not on their side. Can Optic get forward? Just get points and close this one out.
I mean, all they have to do is hold it over here in auto. They don't even have to push in here. Maybe you're going to see
No,
a
you're
heat wave come in from Karma. He's not going to kill anyone. Just going to try and walk by both players. He drops the drone, so giving it back towards Envy.
This is the final push. I don't think he has time for a dunk.
No.
No, he can get a one-pointer off. I don't think he has time to even get to it. He has to get a dunk at this point. Oh, no way. No way. Oh, no. Just a little short. If Overdrive was in, or if he had some like straight line where you could hit a couple G-slides, maybe, but he needed about, what, 3 to 5 more seconds, I think, there to get that one through. What a game. That is one of the more entertaining. I mean, screw who's playing it. I know this is one of the most coveted matchups we've had so far. All right, well, let's kick things off. Ban Protect, Breach, Capture the Flag. Shocker, the Vesper's gone. I don't think there's any chance with these two teams we're going to see the Vesper be used.
Nope, you're going to see stuns go the hands of Formal. So both players now, Aches and Karma, taking their time. You're going to see flashbangs go from the side of Optic Gaming. What does Aches decide to do? Do we see Overclock make it into this game? If it does, then you see Overdrive. Nope, Overclock seems like it's going to be a standard one out of Envy from now on out.
I like it. I like that they're mixing things up. Again, not something we've seen really in any series to this point. I don't think we've even seen it banned really once, and now they banned it every single game. High Caliber, we did see it sneak into that last game. I don't know that I saw it make a huge impact. I'm sure there were some plays.
I'm sure there was.
It's hard to track that type of thing with headshots throughout a fast-paced thing like Uplink. But High Caliber, not going to make it here. Rapid Fire is going to go. Do you think maybe we see something like Camo go?
Kinetic.
Smokes? I think
Kinetic,
Smokes will make it.
Camo,
no,
Smoke.
okay, it was Smokes. Yeah. All right. Because that's, I mean, this is the most popular map for Smokes.
I would say so as well. Like Smokes combined with Camo, pretty potent on this one.
Sure, and it's surprising to see Cat ban Smokes after that play we saw them use at the start. I like that, though. Thermal on the M8.
It's interesting.
What is that?
Well, it's good to see players, I don't want to say like thinking outside the box. I think that's something that,
variety.
Okay, yeah, you can see that. But, exactly. Like just throwing a different look at another team. And, yeah, Aches, he's pretty much always going to be that Scythe player. You got Teep going to be running Kinetic. You expect Cap to probably go Camo. You would want a Camo guy. You're going to have Heatwave go. Yep, Camo's coming in at the end.
I wish I could have heard Slasher during that bit where he was alive for 90 seconds. Like, team, where is everyone? Because I've been fighting all of Optic Gaming for quite some time back here.
He's killed everybody.
Can someone come with the drone? Because that's what was so weird. The problem, what's funny about it, I think if that drone reset quicker, and it was back to mid-map, that would allow them to kind of get it and push up.
But it was
because the drone was stuck
on the Optic side.
Yes, it was kind of stuck like right on the side of Grandma's. Like Slasher's like 10 feet away, but if you're Slasher,
so Slasher's behind that globe.
He's in panic mode.
Yes,
he's like, I can't
Slasher's
grab this
behind
drone.
that globe. There's like the drone is down in the front by Granny.
Yeah,
that player can just come out of auto and like tin and just kind of stare at the cross, and like that Slasher can't see that player.
Yep.
And that player can just see the drone and see players crossing.
It was just an awkward
angle, yeah.
It was kind of an awkward spot where, yes, like Slasher was doing a great job of, I guess you could say,
if the
distracting
drone
Optic Gaming,
if the drone
kills.
is back more towards the middle of the map, Envy gets it, probably throws it in.
Sure.
If it falls closer to tracks,
Slasher
they probably
can
get towards,
even Slasher might be able to get towards it, but
they
it was
get
like
towards Z.
awkward.
Right, they get towards Z, they go through small door, they go to tracks, they're able to make a play for it, but that drone just...
I almost felt bad because
perfect spot.
You got to think Slasher's mentality there. He's like, he wants to get towards it, obviously. He needs to get points on the board, but like every second he turned, there was another player to engage. Like there was a gunfight. Like every way he looked, he's just in another gunfight. It was wild.
Slash had no intent for going to that drone.
Well,
he had no intent
I like to think he was playing for the team a little bit.
He had absolutely zero intent to you may think
even
that.
when he ran out of ammo,
yeah,
he's like,
you may think that I'm going to be on the opposite side of things, and I'm going to say Slasher had absolutely zero motivation. Or, there was no way.
No inclination to go for that one. But all right. Score streaks. We've got 15 or so seconds left on the clock before we're going to start up this one. You're getting a look here of Breach. Beautiful map. Set atop buildings. It's very dangerous.
This is up there for me, one of my favorite maps.
You could fall to your death.
I love this map.
I do too. Honestly, I'm a big fan of almost all the maps in this particular game, but I love the layout of this one and just really the interesting. I like the lower wall runs you can do through the middle of the map. A lot of interesting stuff.
It's just like a classic 3-lane kind of setup. In a mode like Capture the Flag, it plays great.
All right, well, I'm done guessing who's going to win these ones. I have no idea. That last game was just nuts. Like,
oh, silly.
You just no idea who was going to win it. You know, you gave him a chance. You're like, this is going to be one of the greatest comebacks, and the next thing you know, they dunked twice in 30 seconds. That was wild stuff, especially after watching the opening couple minutes of that game. But let's go on with Scump. You've been talking about the fact that he's had a monster series. This is another map where I think he can be a huge impact player, especially with kinetic armor. CTF. Let's kick it off here. Looks like a lot of stuff going down mid-map. There's several players here. Formal's going to grab the first with the Simtex. I think TP saw a player rotating back. Now, are they aware? He's just wrapping around the middle. He's going to get through. TP uncontested, might get a touch here. The question is, are they able to get home with Karma? Karma's got it as well. I'll try to keep TP highlighted as well for you guys. You can see the routes. Karma just about home. TP going to be pushing down towards Palace, and we look like we might have a bit of an extended kind of stalemate here to kick things off.
Yeah, this one looks like it could last for a pretty long time. You see all the arrows around Karma. Seems like Optic's going to try and push 2 players out, and Envy, they have 1. It's going to be Slasher watching that cross, so he's going to know if Karma actually goes towards the other side. And Scump is just,
well, that might open things up because he's got an opportunity to get in from behind. Now, if he won that one from that range with a VMP, it would have been wild, but he's just going to soar in. Here he goes, tries to push in through bridge, not able to win it. Flag still in the hands of both players here. Now, Formal's all the way back in their spawn. At some point, you think, is he just hunting for players right now? What's his, is he thinking, hey, if they return our flag, because they're about to get penched. The pench is coming in. Aix and Slasher starting to push forward.
We dropped their flag.
Well, Teep's going to die. Formal's actually going to be able to take him out. Now they have to kill this guy with the flag. You can see Karma still staying alive. He's got another player in support there. JCap able to keep the flag alive, though, for Envy, and he's going to take out Scump as well. So big plays out of JCap, and you can see the shots coming in from Aix. He's going to play a little bit slower. Knows there's going to be other players rotating back. He's got Teep there with him as well. So Formal is still back here somehow.
And if he wins this one, he's got the return. He can't get it. That would have been a big one. They still have, TP gets the return as well. They're going to get another flag out, I think was, or who was with Slasher. They actually are going to get the cap there. So being able to kill Formal, I think it was TP on the other side that went big. He was trying to keep an eye on both.
And
went
both
out at the same time.
out yet again, and Cap picking up a big kill. Cap just needs to stay alive, keep Karma in that position, wait for some teammates to get over there, and looks like Cap's going to get taken out by Scum, so we should have both flags going back to the other opposite ends of the map, and looks like we may have another stalemate here on our hands, maybe.
We absolutely do, and this is fun to try and control here. It's like they're pinching on both flags at the same time. So we're only going to get one POV really of these engagements. Let's see if Formal can try to come up big. He came up a little bit short last time when trying to push forward to the player with the flag, killed him, but not able to pick up the second player.
Where he is.
And he gets it! There's the return. So can Karma flush one through? He's got a chance. Does he get caught? The player coming from above, and that Slasher able to get the return.
Oh, huge play by Slasher there, Maeve. Unbelievable. You know, we talked about it in the uplink. It went big there at the end, just not enough for Envy, and now that's a huge play there in CTF. Especially CTF don't see a ton of caps in this game mode. Very low scoring. One flag could be the difference right there. Slasher saves Envy.
And that's just, you saw Karma look there like he thought he might get pushed. And then right when he opted to try and push in and kind of mantle over that bar, he gets picked up. Oh, he hits the camo and gets destroyed. That's TP going up big yet again. He saved the score and led to an eventual score for his team previously. And now he goes big again. Formal able to flank one. There's a second player, though. Is he able to pick that up? He wins that as well. The third gets picked up by Scump, but that's all defensive.
Envy right there. They play that better. That's a cap. That's right down the middle of the map. That's another capture for Envy. You're going to have Krim pushing into the Envy base. Going to be able to pull a flag. He's got one lead blocker. That's going to be 3 dead for Envy. The last one alive directly in front of him. And JCap using that camo to play a little bit defensively. Just play his life. Has one player pushing him. Not able to take him out. But look at this. Envy spawning over by Palace. They should be going on the overextension. But Formal with that sight. Just ripping through players in the middle of the map. Going to put a flag on the board for Optic Gaming.
There they go, all tied up 1-1. Do you expect any different how this series is played out? Now TP has gotten himself into a nice position, but they're going to sniff that out. Going to be able to ultimately
that's the same position he was in when he got the flag return as well. Yep. He sat behind there, baited that flag carrier icon out, and he was able to pick up 2.
Well, Cap got a couple here. He's trying to play this side. Nice shots there with the L-car. He's now got 3 on his route.
Look at the pressure
up
in the
this
bottom
top
broken.
side. And here, everyone's starting to come forward. TP might be first man in. He's going to fly in. There's one on his left. He just grabs the flag, says, screw it, I'm out. The shot from behind, though, just enough to take him out. Cap still rolling, though. He's on a 5 spree. Can they possibly get this one home? He's got Aches to cover him. Aches needs to go big here. J-Cap trying to push. There's one player in front, not able to shut it down, and that should be returned here. It should ultimately end up being a 1-1 score here to end it.
Crazy first half, man. I want to see these two teams play.
Forever?
Very often, yes.
Could we watch for the rest of the evening? No, this one's been insane. And, you know, it was big play after big play, and really, I think it was kind of TP pushing to get the return on one side, Formal on the other. Formal gets one, not able to get the return. TP gets on the other side.
You expected Envy to be strong in CTF. I mean, you have Aches, Teep, and Cap, 3 of the best CTF players in Call of Duty history. I mean, you expected them to really put up a good fight, and you have Cap doing a nice job here in the first half, 10 and 7 on the other side of things. Formal and Scump. Not too shocked to see those two guys doing well in the kills department.
All right, well, let's see. Scump, he's been playing amazing. Can he push? He's got an AT car. It also has his armor to go with it.
He uses it. Gets taken out pretty quickly. But you're going to have the flag being pulled by Karma.
Oh, this is a good opportunity for a score here pretty early on because they're all spawning bottom palace here. Who's going to be the first man to get forward? Probably going to be Slasher.
That first kill on the guy on the overextension is huge, and Cap's able to win a gunfight. Now you're going to see the guys and then start to flood in.
Oh, he doesn't get in!
Nope.
Who's there? I'm just going to let him watch him return it. And who was that? Was it TP? No, it was Cap, I think. That was Aches. Sorry, Aches.
Yeah,
wow.
but it was actually Scump who actually picks up the flag, picks up 2, and he's able to put it in for OG.
Unbelievable.
So, huge 2-piece there by Scump.
I thought Aches did enough to stop it, but Scump goes big. Wow.
So, it's going to be Scump with the HC. Now, Optic Gaming up by 1. Huge play right there. Looked like Envy was going to make a stop on the overextension, but Scump comes up big. Now it's going to be TP with the flagpole for Envy. What is he going to like to do with it? He's just going to sit in the back of the base. He's going to get one. He may have to use his kinetic here, man. And he's going to use it. He's going to be able to pick up one gunfight in bottom lab. You got to love the use of the kinetic there. He's going to bring it back towards that right-hand side. He actually could have brought it through middle, but you're going to have Slasher on the overextension, locking it down. This is why Teep's one of the best OBJ players ever, man. I mean, he goes into the base. He picks up the flag. He sits all the way back in the base, so when Krim comes back to chase, he's able to pick up an easy one. Now he's got a lightning strike. You'd like to see him play for the Hellstorm missile as well.
All right, well, you see the push kind of building on the minimap right now for Optic Gaming. They want to get aggressive. They want to play forward. TP, though, picking up another kill.
He has to have his Hellstorm at this point.
He's got to. Looks like he got hit with an EMP. Let's check in a second where he's at. Yep, he's going to have full streaks here. So TP looking to make plays, but it's Scump pushing topside.
Just those long-range shots with the VMP. Just
incredible
unreal.
Control of the recoil there from Scump, and he's made everyone kind of turn here. Can he find one? That's going to be a difficult battle. Wise play there to dip out. Does he have anyone with an M8 to try and help? I think it was Formal that soared in, but Formal was not able to win the gunfight. And
he's got Karma pushing through bottom broken as well. You're going to see Krim toss some EMPs over the building, and now you're going to see Karma pop in with the heat wave, trying to get some players disoriented. First Scump. It looks like Scump's going to follow it up with kinetic as well. He's going to turn
the kinetic is huge.
Absolutely annihilate J-Cap there, but the Hellstorm missile connects on both.
How does that get in there?
Teep just fishes it in through the doorway.
Oh my god, I thought they were safe. I thought they were in far enough, but the Hellstorm coming up big. TP going huge. He's 14 and 10. He's still got the lightning. And they must have needed like another foot or two forward there.
Yeah.
Towards broken, like bottom broken, and they would have been home free. Unbelievable from Teep.
Rotate back towards that middle of the map, and might be able to make something happen here if he pushes forward in towards lab. You're going to see players actually just spawn up, rotate right back to the flag for Optic Gaming, and maybe able to catch players sleeping a little bit here. He's going to use the HC car. He's going to have one directly in front of him. He's going to pick him up, and you're going to see Teep make a play for this flag. He's got a teammate behind him as well. Teep wins that gunfight. It's going to be Aches coming in, helping out his duo there in the base. Aches going to get cut down by Scump, but J-Cap going to win a gunfight against an attacking Formal. So all the flags going to reset here, Maven. Minute 25 to go. We're all tied up. This one looks like we could be headed for an overtime as well.
I would not be shocked at all. This has just been crazy here. Watching Cap pick up kill after kill on outskirts before he eventually drops. The question is, I feel like the play slowed down a little bit. It was so fast, so furious throughout most of this. It's kind of slowed down here as time is winding down. Is anyone going to push for a final pull? You see TP playing so sneaky.
It's a rough game.
And he's had a lot of pulls, but in the slaying department, that's tough, especially when I mean, Scump has 24. It's basically 5 times the number of kills that Karma has. Certainly been a tough one for him, one he'd like to forget about.
Yeah, there are sometimes where you just get too wrapped up in doing the objective formal in a very odd spot with his sight at this point. Get too wrapped up in doing the objective, and that might just be something that kind of happened to Karma during this game. Well, I guess they make him use a E-Wave, and this is a pull, actually. And you look, the team's actually going to bring it right towards them. If he brings it the other way, Maven, that's a cap.
It very well could have been.
He brings it. Who's set up on that second hardpoint side?
Trying to get there,
it's going to be Slasher. So he was set up in a prime position to actually have that flag be pulled towards him, but it's going to be 2 dead. For Optic Gaming, it's going to be Envy with the pull, and they're going to get it out towards that middle of the map. Can they get this flag? It's actually going to be surrounded by everybody, pretty much, of Optic Gaming. Not able to make a play towards the middle of the map with the flag, Maven.
And they got 3 down there. You thought that might be their chance to get a pull, but there's so little time, nothing they can do. So looks like we have yet another overtime. That one was so thrilling throughout the early bits. I'd say that last couple of minutes, really, the pace of it just slowed down. You didn't see many pulls, many kills. No one really able to get anything going towards the end of it. But it's all going to come down to who can get this first cap, who can put the pressure on their opposition to close things out in overtime. You saw Optic Gaming come up big in overtime.
This series, man.
This has been everything we wanted, everything we expected. We've got 2 overtimes. We had an S&D that, kind of went the distance to a degree. Game 1 was the only real pounding that we got.
Yeah, Hardpoint was lackluster, but you did see signs of life by Envy. You're going to see 2 kills go in favor of Optic Gaming here at the start. Teeb's going to answer with Semtech's kill of his own. And have Formal try and get into this bottom lab area, and a great defensive stand from Envy. And you're going to actually have Scump and Crim pushing forward towards the Envy base. Who's this on the overextension? It's going to be Aches. He's going to have 1 gunfight to win. This is huge here.
And he wins it, so this is definitely a pull. He's got a blocker out front,
and the 2 people who die are Karma and Formal, so that means the only 2 guys alive for Optic, and these 2 back, stuck in the Envy base. You're going to have Crim drop, Scump the last one up for Optic Gaming. He's got to get out of here.
Behind him, it's JCap. Can JCap chase him? He's trying to get to him, but Aches has it as well. I don't know who to watch. There's the return. Let's go back to Aches. This should be a cap in 56 seconds, 55. Woo!
Once you saw those 2 kills come in from Envy, and they were Formal and Karma, you knew that when we were on with Crim and Scump that they were stuck in the Envy base. And once Crim goes down, Scump with the flag, I mean, he is in a world of trouble.
What else can you do?
Yeah,
he had to try and make a run.
He has to try and make a run, and he gets cut down.
Well, he had, I think, a player towards Palace in front of him. He had JCap chasing him from behind. Not a lot he can do, but let's go to Optic. They've got to score so quickly. Look at the time already at 50 seconds here. Can they do it? Really, they see like 2 or 3 kills off the rip, but the first is going to come from Slasher. There's a scythe up top. That might be it right there. Yep, 4 down. That's potentially game 4.
I don't think it's it, but 35 seconds left
on this map to get a pull and get it back.
Well, look, they're leaving the overextension through Palace open. I mean, this could be potentially like
but this is Slasher's money spot. He's about to cut down 2. What do you know? There's 1. Let's get the second for him. Big Slasher not doing it. It's going to be Krem able to pick up the kill. There's 1 rotating back. You have 1 pitching from the top. Scump might be in a good spot here to get it. They've got it out. Do they have time to get back though? I don't know that they do. He's booking it. There's 8 seconds, 7 seconds. You got to run, Krem. You don't have time to trip over Rumble. I don't think you got a chance. It's gonna dwindle away. There's the score.
You could see it, but no, I didn't think he had enough time either.
Oh my God! So close to being it, and that's,
he has another 4 or 5 seconds on the clock. That's good.
And that's why I was worried. Just the time. I didn't think he could get it and get it back
with smoke. I mean, we saw it in the uplink. I mean, why would you not use it here?
All right. Well, let's see if we were accurate in our picks. So we had
Vesper,
both 2 tacticals, the 2 attachments that are going to go pretty commonly. Yep. So there's Flash, Concussion
we had, and then we had Kinetic.
I'm fairly confident this is one that we can call almost perfectly, depending on overclock. So, and Overkill, that's the one that mixes up. So Overkill instead of SVG, which we thought it could be one of those 2. I still think we're going to see Rapid Fire and High Caliber go.
I mean, it's not as much of a threat. I guess you can get rid of.
There's Overclock.
Yep. I guess you can get rid of Overkill for the threat of like an Argus. I don't think you'd ever see an Argus here in a Game 5 Infection S&D, but I guess.
I don't see Remy
prepare for the worst, right?
With Neslo back in Black Ops 2. There's High Caliber, so Rapid Fire will probably follow. And then what was our final kinetic that we said?
Yeah, I thought kinetic.
Yeah, so that would have been...
I thought kinetic.
That would have been 100% accurate for the most part. As Shiva goes, so they do mix things up. All right, so Shiva, we've seen it ban once. There goes rapid fire. So you still have kinetic.
Okay.
You have all of your abilities, basically.
I mean, yeah, that's nothing that...
The world is your oyster.
Right, I expect Teep probably with, like, Heat Wave or Active. Yep, there's going to be a Heat Wave for Teep. What does Krim elect to use? Krim usually a player who's going to run, like, a Scythe or something like that. Maybe could potentially go Active Camo. Yep.
He'll probably go Camo. Scump will be kinetic. Formal will probably rock Psychosis and Karma Heat Wave.
Yeah, that'll probably be the lineup for OG. On the side for Envy, you figure could potentially be, Slasher with Psychosis. Maybe Slasher with Active. So what will Aches run? Kinetic?
Karma, Heat Wave, Scump, yeah, kinetic. So the last one,
well, actually is yeah.
should, well, not necessarily. He could go Psychosis, could go Vision Pulse. He does go Psychosis.
Yeah, so same
Mirror,
setup from both teams.
Okay. All right. So no surprises there really. As far as the breakdown goes for the specialist, I'd say honestly we pretty much nailed the Band Protect except for the Shiva.
I wouldn't be shocked if you see the Smoke Thermal come out from Envy again.
All right.
I wouldn't be shocked. I don't know in what capacity, maybe going down the B Street, something along those lines, but...
Yeah, or, we haven't seen... It's tough. Like, the reason smokes are tough in some spots for this is because the ability to go vertical. I would love to see, like, some sort of smoke mid-map play, but, like, you can't if you have Formal hopping in the back with a sniper. Like, it's too difficult to really shut down, especially with having Thermal still in play. You got to think if Formal sniping, he's going to have Thermal on it. He loves using Thermal. Yeah. We could see smokes because if he's sniping, he's probably sniping around Church, somewhere around the tank there, watching mid, right?
Right.
He may not be sniping B side at all, really. Well, he'll rotate over quickly if there's smokes everywhere. But
I mean, maybe something where they get into B, and let's say they come through B Street, and you smoke off that other entrance. And you have Cap sit on those sandbags with an M8 and just look straight at it.
Yeah.
That's something we haven't seen anything like that.
Well, it's funny because in the past, when you talk Call of Duty just historically, typically, most of the time, the only map you see, or the only game type you see smokes in is S&D, for the most part in the past. We've seen it more in respawns than we have in S&D.
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Just out of curiosity, because it's very kind of a against the grain kind of.
Yeah, you combine that smoke and camo and it's devastating.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, because you don't get any, like, aim assist, right? That, like, kind of, like, drag or, like, lock on. So you're not targeting anybody in there. It's almost impossible to hit those guys. And it's just, I think it's a powerful combination. I mean, you come out of the smoke. The smoke, the graphically, it's just awesome as well, right? It's like not one where you could, like, see feed or anything like that. Like, it's just so thick. It looks so good. It's so difficult to get any kind of line of sight there, especially if you're running something like cold-blooded where you can't be seen through it. It's just difficult.
All right, Game 5. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on Twitter. This is not one of our regular game ones. I just want to know, who do you have in this? Do you have Envy? Do you have Optic Gaming? It's Game 5. They need your energy. They need your passion. Let them know on Twitter. This is going to be one for the ages. I got a feeling we're going to have an amazing Game 5. Let's kick things off here. The green wall versus the boys in blue.
I feel like this is going to be a classic. I feel like we're not in for one of these, like,
6-0 type games.
trouncings or like something 6-2. I feel like we're in for a little bit of a treat here, and it's going to be Envy on the offensive side of things. The nades coming in from Optic Gaming. You're going to see
nice EMP
is going to take out both trophy systems. So now he's going to get those nades fired up, and they're going to have one player playing on the rock. He's going to try and get a hit marker and then just take that player out with one AR shot. You have Krim.
Just trying to see if he can't really get eyes
on him. Well,
Optic,
if you blow up the minimap, the last player is actually stacked on that B site. So
and there's no way to
it's a full B stack from Optic Gaming. They are actually disregarding the A site whatsoever.
And
it's not an awful play.
They're not going to realize it yet. Now I think they have an idea. They're going to wrap over, but they still haven't got eyes. Aches has been kind of playing mid-map. He hasn't seen the A site.
Well, you have to play so cautious over here, over towards A, and he's actually going to spot one mid-map. It's going to be Scump in here. Scump has an opportunity to just come in here and fly. Yeah, I would get back on with Scump. I think Scump's in a position to make a play here.
Really just soar through mid?
Yeah, I think he's in a position to make a big play.
If he gets eyes on another cross here, but look, they're still kind of waiting. He's just checking, making sure no one's going towards B. You see Aches gets the entry kill. He's got to back down. Scump going to probably actually get caught here. He tries to stay alive. Formal's able to clean one up. Let's switch over to Formal's POV. He's going to push in. Nice gunfight win there. Can he get a second? No, he will get pushed. 2 versus 2. Teep and Slasher, can they do it? It's Crim flanking in from behind. He's going to snag one. It's only Slasher to go now. Can he get it through the wall? Tries to bang it. Not able to get it. One more from behind, and Slasher comes up short. The defuse coming in for Crim.
Yeah, Scump only picks up 1 kill there, but just by him being in that B bomb site area, the players from Envy looking over towards the mid-map, guys with ARs from Optic Gaming, I believe it was Formal over by the tank, able to shoot some players on the side. So power position right there from Scump.
Yeah, like you said, I'm pretty sure the first kill Formal got was someone not even looking his direction whatsoever.
No, it was
he was
a guy
so
looking
focused on Scump. And then he's able to pick up a second. It was really kind of Formal there mid-map. Those 2 kills opened things up. You still had a tough 2v2. But an excellent job from him there to at least get things rolling in the first round. Now is going to be offense here for Optic. Going to start with Formal as he was able to pick up 2 kills. Let's see how close. They gave Scump the defuse. How close is he to his car? So he's pretty darn close.
Yep, 150 away. He's actually going to be playing over here close towards that rock side, and there's going to be 2 players over on the A side of the map, so it's going to be a 3-and-1 setup for both teams. It's going to be Formal on that bottom side over by A. You can see that being highlighted on your mini-map for a little bit, and now it's going to be Crim over in top rock. You'd usually see an AR player up in this position, but he knows there's a player, I think, directly around the corner.
Did he see him? I think they're going to challenge each other, and Crim gets the win. He saw a second, but he wisely backs down. He is weak.
They may have the players on the bottom, though, challenge this guy.
Oh, God, look at the mini-map at the bottom here, too. You have Formal. Formal's on the A site. So he might wrap behind one here. He should have an easy kill mid-map. Do you see him? Okay, finally, there you go. He's able to pick him up. J-Cap's by himself. That really worked out beautifully for all sides of that push from Optic. It started, Crim, you know, we talk about first bloods and why they're so important. I mean, everything kind of opens up as soon as Crim gets his first kill. Because the reason Formal gets in behind that player, you have one that kind of tries to rotate a little more towards B. He has to be there to help in case they're able to. He gets in behind.
He was watching the pinch. That player, I believe it was Aches, over towards that middle map. He's over by A, and then once Crim gets that first blood, he goes to watch those mid steps in case of like a pinch through the middle map. And Formal, which is perfect timing, just comes in from behind and takes him out.
All right, offense now for Envy. They're trailing 0-2, and you can see it's another B stack. They are not giving any respect towards A for me until now. Well, look at this. It's actually interesting. So they stacked it real quick in case they tried to flood it, and now they've rotated out. Formal will be the lone man at A.
It seems like they've called it an HC, I think.
Kind of watching. Okay. That makes sense. I wonder where Crim's position was. They don't have much protection at B right now.
Nope. And he's able to spot one up in top church, but it's forcing the guys on Envy to play very slow at this point.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. Look where they're on the map. Yeah. I mean, they've moved all of 25 yards.
No, they don't want to move up any further. They're kind of scared of that HC, but over at that mid steps, it's just watching it now. It's going to be inside that B bomb site. They know it's there. They just can't do anything about it, so you're going to see they're going to be able to take it out. Crim is going to get on the hunt right away.
He's going to look up. I want to see what he can do. Oh, no, one snuck by to his left. He's got to find this player. He's in trouble. He does manage to rotate. Kind of has a sixth sense there, unless that was a call from his team. He's going to challenge another, but he's going to lose that. There's 2 up for Envy, though. 3 remaining here for Optic. Cap, can you make a big play? You talked about the fact that he needs to go huge.
Him and Slasher got to do something. They're running out of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 15 seconds left. Cap's on the bomb. You see players just flying over. He's not going to be able to... Oh, he's going to actually get help from Slasher. They're going to be able to pick up that first one. He's going to go for the bomb plant. It looks like he's going to be able to get it down. And he's going to get out. How in the world? He's got a player behind him.
Yeah, he gets flanked. You know, I thought that pinch was coming in earlier, really. As you saw the player wrapping around the back, I thought he was going to get pinched. I mean, really, as soon as he got that bomb down, I was blown away when he managed to get out the back side.
I thought when he got out the back, I was like, what are they doing?
You know, we said there wouldn't be a 6-0. We wanted an exciting game 11. You know, Envy, if you can hear me at home, bring this one back. We want this one to go the distance right now.
It's a real motivational of you.
Yeah, would you like me to sing a song?
I don't know. I feel like there's other...
You can do it, Patrick!
Yeah, sure.
Does that do it?
Yep.
That felt strange.
I mean, they win this defensive round, they go back, they win a clutch offense, they're right back in it, have another chance to win a defensive side. So, you're going to see Optic Gaming throw out some trophies. They have 1 player on the rock. Fantastic shots by Cap. Not able to pick up the second one, though. It's going to be an even trade from both sides. And should be an easy sign for Envy, that is Optic pushing onto that B site. You're going to see the car come in.
Oh,
get right onto that B site.
Got the TP right as he went to oblivion via EHC car. Now it was Aches trying to flank behind. He's going to get caught. Slasher is going to be the only one left to really do anything in a 1 versus 3. Slasher's in a tough spot, and now they know where he's coming from. Now it's even worse.
Yeah, and he looks up top, thinks he's going to be challenged by the player up top, Rock. He's going to back down, go all the way back towards the spawn. So Slasher, I mean, he is just a pretty much impossible task in front of him. He's actually going to get Scump real weak there, and it's unfortunate he's not able to kind of finish off any of these kills, right? I mean, he's going to put another burst into Scump. It's a player.
He's going to burst everyone.
With them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's just being messed with right now. You're in a trust rate. Just run away, Slasher. Jump off the map. This has to be so annoying. Nothing you can do there. They're just shoulder peeking.
He's going to let the bomb blow up, and I guess he's going to...
All right. Is he going for a dip? See you later.
Yeah,
okay, so he took my advice. Maybe they do hear me.
I was going to say, you don't want to let that bomb blow up. There would be no positives for that to happen if Slasher stay alive with 0 kills in the round.
And this is good timing. You know, he checks the flank. Did he get the kill on the 1 burst there? Oh my. I thought he was about to re-peek. I didn't realize he just evaporated them
no,
as soon as he came out of the corner.
Formal disintegrated.
Oh, yeah. Aches just disappeared there as he came right out the corner.
4-0 in favor of Optic Gaming at this point.
Nope.
Nobody from Envy doing anything great in the kills department. Slasher with 2. He's going to be your team leader. It looks like Envy going to go back towards that B site. It's going to be Formal with a nade kill right off the rip, and it's going to be Aches laying on that staircase, and Kinetic going to come out of Scump. He's going to win 1 gunfight. This does not look good as Scump has Hellstorm.
Look at the car chasing Slasher. You saw it on the map. It was just chasing him down. Finally able to clean it up, and it's 5-0. Listen.
We jinxed it before it started.
Gosh darn it. We had such an epic series. Game 5 is just been Optic, slamming the hammer home on Team EnvyUS. Wow. I mean, you didn't make a statement necessarily in the series, but you're making a statement in Game 5, that's for sure.
Without a doubt. And with Scump having streaks, they're in a very good position to
look at Crim, Formal, and Scump combined right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
they're what? They're 18-3.
Formal's crushing.
18-3.
Yeah, I mean, Envy just as a whole not playing their best right now. You're going to see they're going to play over by that A site. Now you have the Hellstorm coming in. I imagine Scump knows he's going to know where everybody is. Not going to be able to pick up any, so at least Envy dodges that Hellstorm. This would be the craziest comeback of all time if Envy is somehow able to make this.
Without questioning, 5-0. I mean, how many times does that happen? Once or twice, really? Ever? That I can think of? I know 5-1 happens.
Especially the guy that has full streaks as well. I mean,
against Optic? Like, yes, I would lose it.
Just saying.
Maybe that's what Envy's working on. They just want to have the most ridiculous comeback of all time. You might have just nailed it on the head. They were just waiting to turn up. That's all it is.
I don't think you wait to do that. That's going to be... So they're going to burn the lightning as well. So... Oh, actually, no. They're just going to ping the lightning, and it's going to be Crim getting first blood on a Teep. Scump's going to be able to get the bomb down over at A.
Bomb is on.
The guys from Envy not in good position. Scump's just going to stay on the bomb. He's actually going to use the lightning.
He's just teasing them. He's probably going to call it like on himself, basically, it looks like. Or does he call it at the backside of Grave?
He calls it the backside of Grave.
His teammates able to do it, and Scump just plays this so well, man. Just teases them, and they close it out. Optic Gaming, 6-0.
Wow.
Well, you know, God, why did we have to say it wouldn't be a 6-0?
And it wasn't.
It was a classic spanking.
Yeah.
Wow.
6-0.
Envy had a total of, what, 4 kills or something?